Hi guys, it's Andrew here from Eastonmade Wood Splitters today, and welcome back to the Eastonmade channel. I'm out here in the wood yard, and I just wanted to say thank you to you fine folks that came out to Boonville, New York this past weekend. We had an absolute blast in Boonville. I got to meet a lot of you folks. That's what makes this job so special to me, is I get to be able to do this kind of thing. I get to be able to do the videos, and then coming out and meeting you guys. That really is probably my favorite part of this whole job, is doing that. You get to know one another really easily. I really like that part of it. So for those of you that came out to Boonville, thank you. We had a great weekend at it. The weather was amazing. It was maybe a touch too hot, but there was no mud. There was no mud in Boonville this year. The last 3 or 4 years it's poured rain in Boonville, so it was kind of nice for them to be able to get a good weekend and get good attendance. So it was really nice to see that. Folks in Boonville put on an incredible show. It is a world-class show. One of the best ones of the year, guys. I'll tell you, next year, if you missed it, head to Boonville next year. It's well worth your trip. It's a really good show there for anything firewood, logging, woodsman related show. It is definitely worth it. The next one we have coming up is in Escanaba. You gotta take a look. Jeez, I always have these dates in my mind, and for some reason I always forget them when I get on the camera here. Escanaba is the 4th, 5th, and 6th of September. So it is coming up in Escanaba, Michigan. It is the UP, the Upper Peninsula in Michigan. It's a Great Lakes Logging and Equipment Congress. This is a good show. This show here actually took me by surprise. It really, I've done Escanaba in the past, before COVID, and it wasn't, I didn't always get the greatest response out of it. I'll tell you, the last time was awesome. It was really good. There's a pile of equipment there. It seems to grow every single year. The UP in Michigan, if you've never been there, it is absolutely gorgeous. It's probably our favorite drive up there, and it's a really good show. So come on out to Escanaba, check us out. The next event after that is the Hope event. I don't have the details on the Hope event myself. I know it is in mid-September. It is a charity event that Ken Anderson from York Firewood puts on. A couple other guys I know are involved with it. Jack Mischke puts a lot of effort into it. A couple other YouTubers. So check that out. Go to York Firewood, ask Ken. They're out there splitting wood for charity. It's in Pennsylvania. They really do a good job on it. Brad Firewood at the Furnace is going to be there. These guys put a lot of effort in here to help out this hospice in Pennsylvania there. And it's a whole pile of people get together. They split a bunch of wood. The hospice sells the wood. So it all goes back. It's all not profit, guys. Really good bunch. I would like to get down to that one, but it just, where it lands in our schedule, it'd make it really hard for me to get away, especially with the kids and stuff. It'd be tricky to be away. I'd be away most of the whole month of September if I took it on, but I wish I could be there with those guys. They do an amazing job of it. And then the next show after that is the Paul Bunyan Show in Cambridge, Ohio. It is October 3rd, 4th, and 5th, I think, this year. And it is a really good show. If you've never been down to the Paul Bunyan Show, again, a world-class show, as good as it gets. Cambridge, Ohio. Everybody can get to Cambridge, Ohio in a decent time. It seems like all roads lead to Ohio is what Joe says. So it's worth your trip to head down there. Come check out some equipment, live demonstrations on all of our equipment. Lots going on that show. It's definitely worth it. The other thing that happened on the weekend was I actually got onto the God, Guns, and Sawdust podcast. If you haven't checked this out, Alan Timber Cutter Patriot, Russ Willock, and Ryan Willock and Russ Willie. I'm terrible at names. Really good bunch of guys. I got a chance to hang out with these guys, do a podcast with them. They do a wonderful job of it. I think they're just in the early stages of it. So check it out, guys. Guns, God, and podcast. Guns, God, and Sawdust podcast. They have Russ has it on his channel, Willie's Firewood. Alan has it on his channel, Timber Cutter Patriot. I'm sure there's some platforms you can stream this on. I don't know for sure, but it's again, they do a really good job on it. Let's do a bunch of them. They do a really nice job. The other thing I want to talk to you guys about while I'm sitting on this dump here in front of my wood pile is stuff that stresses people out. If you're a blue-collar entrepreneur, if you're a tradesperson, if you run your own business, typically you're going to be really stressed out. Naturally, a lot of people seem to think I'm stressed out. I'm not, guys. I don't get stressed out. I very, very seldom. I feel I manage it fairly well. And the biggest reason I don't think I get terribly stressed out about things, that I can stay mostly relaxed all the time, is because you gotta know the books, guys. You gotta know what your money's doing, where it's going, where it's coming from, what's gonna happen to it next week, what's gonna happen to it next month. And there's a handful of ways to do this, guys. I find most blue-collar entrepreneurs, tradespeople, they get into business because they're really good at it. They're good at whatever the practice is, whatever the trade happens to be, whatever the discipline happens to be, they're really good at it. But a lot of them really, really aren't that good at accounting or bookkeeping. If you're in business for yourself, guys, I'm sorry, you're no longer a carpenter, you're not a logger anymore, you're not a mechanic, you're a businessman. You're an entrepreneur. You need to understand these things. There's a handful of things that you really need to do. You got to make sure you have some sort of an accounting software, whether it be QuickBooks, Sage, whatever you have to have some sort of software to keep track of this stuff, or some way to keep track of it. Some guys that are really handy on computers can do it on spreadsheets. I am not. I will need to have some sort of a software to do this, to input sales, to input payables, stuff like that. You need to do this, guys. You have to 100% do this. You need to know how to do this. You need to know why to do this. So at the end of the month, you're going to need to reconcile bank accounts. You're going to need to reconcile your bank accounts, whatever bank accounts you happen to have, all your credit card statements. If you don't know what reconcile means, you're going to go through the statement, whether it be your bank statement or credit card statement, all of those statements for any account that either has money going into your business or out of your business. You have to make sure that you go through the statement every single month and make sure every single one of those lines on every single one of those statements is accounted for. This is how you don't miss things. The next step of this, guys, is you need to understand your income statement. From this, after you have all this input, you should be able to pull up an income statement and see how much money you made, where the expenses were. You're going to be able to see all of that stuff once you have this inputted. There's different categories you can put this in, and see exactly where your expenses were on it. And then the next thing is going to be your balance sheet. So your income statement kind of looks at a time period. So you take first of the month, end of the month, first year, current, end of the year, whatever. You'll be able to see over that time. When you get in a balance statement, it's going to be at that time. That's going to be when you're, as of this date, this is how much equity you have in your business. This is where your payables are. This is where all of your you're going to be able to see all your equity there, all your liabilities, all your assets, and you need to know this stuff, guys. So again, it's one of those things, and guys, if you don't, for some reason you don't know this, don't feel bad. This is something that I'm not the greatest at. I'm probably not the greatest at explaining it to you either, but it's something that I've spent a lot of time over the last 5 or 6 years trying to understand this as best as I can, and then that way you understand where the money flows in and out of the company, and where you're going to be and how it's doing. Because there's going to be times where cash is going to get tight. There's going to be times where stuff's piling up. But if you know where you're going, if you know where the path is, your stress level is going to go from here, and it's going to throw it way down here, because you're going to know. Without having a plan or knowing why things got tight or why something didn't go well, and it goes the other way too. If you have a really great month or whatever, you know why it was like that, and then you can duplicate it. So it's really, really critical to understand this stuff, guys. And again, if you don't know this, for some reason you're an entrepreneur, you're running a business, and you don't know this stuff, don't worry. You can learn it. That is the point of this video, is you can learn it. You have to learn it. Just take the time and do it. It's no different than the time you learn how to swing a hammer or run a chainsaw or run a piece of equipment. You can learn it. Trust me, it's just going to be another skill that you're going to have to be able to do this and go through your books and do and put all this together and understand it. If you're sitting here wondering, well, how am I going to do that? you got to start, guys. Number one, you have to start. There's all sorts of tutorials. There's lots of stuff on YouTube that explains this stuff in depth, way better than I could ever do it on this video. I'm not even going to try. But if you have a good accountant, the accountant's going to want to help you do this too. A good accountant will coach you through this and show you how to do this, guys. Because when it comes at the end of the year that you bring your books to the accountant, they're going to be able to it's going to be a lot easier for them. It's going to be way easier for them if you have stuff organized and in order for them. It's going to save them an immense amount of time, and you're both going to feel a whole lot better about it. So that's what I have for you today, guys. Like again, if you're in business and you don't know this stuff, you need to learn it. You need to understand the skill, because that's what it is. It's a skill. Doing this is a discipline. But once you know that and understand it, and have knowledge of it, it's gonna make your life so much easier. It's gonna be far simpler for you guys. Your stress is gonna go way down, and you're gonna be able to make way better decisions as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, and your own financial life, day-to-day stuff. You're gonna be able to do that so much better too. So please, if you're watching this and for some reason you don't understand these things, take the time to go and learn it. You'll thank yourself later to be able to understand it. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for today. Give her a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button down on the bottom. I hope this video helps somebody out. That is the point of it, is to hopefully resonate with somebody. Maybe just, even if it's one person, if it lowers their stress level or helps them out at all, it was well worth my time to sit on this stump and do it. Anyways, guys, thumbs up, hit the subscribe. See you on the next one.